Everyone, thanks very much for watching my videos. As you know, these are my apostate videos, my experiences within the Jehovah's Witnesses, and things that I find funny. This is a very special video. It's a request by a lovely lady I met online. That sounds like something from Ashley Madison, or a dating website. It's not, honestly, love. It's not. Make sure my wife knows that. Lovely lady I met through one of the ex-Jehovah's Witness websites on Facebook called Deborah, who asks me if I would do a video about the Jehovah's Witnesses after Armageddon. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, here we go. So, you've fought the fine fight. Hang on, I'm just going to scoop something off my phone there. You fought the fine fight, guys, to the end, and you have reached the achievement of all your dreams. You've made it through Armageddon, which is a pretty shitty experience by all accounts. The current governing body, Tony Tight Pants Morris, has been talking about how it's going to be gross, there's going to be bloated and cracked and bleeding bodies all over the street by the billions. It's going to be not nice, guys, according to him. It's great, that he does those talks in front of children. Awesome guy, Tony. You're a really thoughtful man. God forbid you wouldn't want to give nightmares to kids like you did, to my generation and countless before. So anyway, you've made it through Armageddon, where the entire world, bar 7 million Jehovah's Witnesses, and probably not all of them, because they're pretty clear on that, has made it through. So let's say you're down to an even 4 million people on the earth. That's pretty low. That's probably down to the last ice age times, okay? You could be little roving tribes at this stage, but you're not, because you're Jehovah's Witnesses. You're special. What you're going to do instead is you're going to band together and you're going to reproduce a paradise earth. How are you going to do that, you ask? Well, you may ask that because you've got a few problems. Number one, the earth is not, it's not littered. It is littered too, but there's a lot of litter, an awful lot. There's oceans full of it. There's nuclear reactors that need decommissioned. There's nuclear submarines that have been sunk in the oceans. And the Jehovah's Witnesses apparently are going to have that awesome task. Now, you may ask, because, pardon me, I certainly did, how in the short 1,000 years that they get to do this? This short, small group of people are going to be able to manage to reproduce a paradise earth. And the answer is magic. That's right. Jehovah's going to help them. Jehovah's going to take all the bad stuff that they can't handle, and he's going to deal with it for them. Which makes you ask yourself, why doesn't he just do it all then? Because apparently he likes to see his subjects sweat, even though they've just gone through the most appalling experience in Armageddon. Now, what's going to happen in Armageddon? I've covered a little bit, all you non-believers, if you're not Jehovah's Witnesses, all us apostates, we're dead. We are dead, okay? There's no hope for future for us. You non-believers, you have a chance. Quickly, run to Jehovah's organization. They'll take you. They really will. Me, no, not so much. I'm done for. But somehow, I'll just cope, okay? I will cope. But so what will happen? Well, they don't know exactly when, but any day now, and it's been any day now for just under 120, 115, 120 years, the Armageddon is going to come. The end of the world. There's going to be fire and brimstone. It's going to be wars in one place and another. Earthquakes. Lots of earthquakes. Floods. I've been out since then, but I imagine during the tsunami of Japan and the tsunami of Thailand, that the Jehovah's Witnesses must have been wetting themselves, because it seems so likely that this was the end of the world. Of course it wasn't, because the world just keeps on trucking. But anyway, terrible things are going to happen, basically. Mankind is going to fight against God's people, which, is them. And they're going to lose, because God's going to intervene. And everyone's going to be happy in the end, except, of course, for the 6.9995 billion people who were killed at Armageddon. And this is the thing that Jehovah's Witnesses really don't focus on too much, because, if you did, you'd realize that you're a psycho, which is, you're looking forward to the day when 6.999995 billion people are butchered at Armageddon. Okay, so you're looking forward to the deaths of countless children, countless men and women. And any reasonable person would probably stop and think to themselves, whoa, I wonder, am I a fucking nutter? But the Jehovah's Witnesses don't do that, because You know, they are nutters, okay? They're made that way. I was made that way, and I looked forward to the new system. The new system. See, I noticed that I even skipped the Armageddon part, though, and I said new system quickly, because I'm looking forward to, you know, raising my kids in a wonderful, pristine environment. But the reality is you're not gonna, okay? Because you're gonna be cleaning, okay? Hang on a second, my son's coming upstairs. Let's see what he wants. Yes, Daniel! No, go! Well, you've got to go to the toilet, son. I'm making a video on YouTube. Come in and say hello. Say hello to all the people on YouTube. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, now go pee. Okay? And then you go. Oh, a poop. Well, that's more important. Go. I'll put you on the sheet back a bit for you. Go on. So anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. The Jehovah's Witnesses are looking forward to the new system, but not necessarily Armageddon, because they're going to swing by that bit as fast as humanly possible because it's crazy. Okay? But of course, it's not crazy to imagine that the world's going to be a paradise earth and that you're going to be the few million people that survived. But anyway, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to be teaching the people who are resurrected, who didn't get a chance to hear the message the first time around. And that doesn't mean that you're going to be teaching them the Christian message that Jesus died for their sins. I love you too! Okay, I love you too! That was a suspiciously short poop. Do you think he flushed? I don't think so. Okay. Anyway, so I'm not going to check, don't worry. So anyway, you're going to be teaching those people not the message that Jesus Christ died for their sins, which according to the New Testament is already all they need to know, as long as they believe it. I don't know. Maybe good for you if you do. But, you know, it certainly would be nice if it was true. But they're going to be teaching them the entire dogma of the Jehovah's Witnesses, because apparently they need to believe in the dogma of Jehovah's Witnesses in order to survive this new system, into this new system. Okay? So I'll be, if I survive, obviously not anymore, I'm a terrible guy. But if I'd survived, I would have been teaching them, right? But not only would I be teaching them, I'd be out on the front lines digging and cleaning and decommissioning those nuclear reactors. Not really, because God will do that bit apparently. You know, but I'd be doing that, right? I remember now, I put some of this down to the fact that I'm an idiot, but some of it due to the fact that Jehovah's Witnesses have a very poor spirituality. But my understanding as a youngster of the new system was going to be a little like the Grand Theft Auto videos of today. I imagined these empty cities with long empty streets and cars in dealerships, and I was just going to go, yeah, I'm going to borrow that. And when I was on the ministry, this has actually been talked about recently on one of the Facebook sites on ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, but when I was on the ministry, I frequently used to look at houses and go, see when you're dead in Armageddon. I'm gonna have your house. I thought that all the time. I would have like 7 houses at that stage because I was convinced so many people were dying in Armageddon, and they were just dying because they were going to give me their home, which is really generous, you know. In fact, if you look back on how the Israelites were, entered into the land of Canaan, it's something similar, get out, die, we'll take your houses. But anyway, so that was my attitude. Obviously, I was quite young and I got a slightly better attitude as time went on. But I can tell you one of the times that I first started thinking, whoa, there's an alarm bell ringing here, guys. They all come back to me. I sometimes forget about them, and then you get a new, oh, geez, I forgot that happened. Wow, that was messed up. But one of the experiences that I had was when we were at an assembly. The brothers were talking about life after Armageddon, life in the new system, and he said, do you think that you're going to be doing wonderful jobs like making the earth a paradise? Well, what if the local elders say to you that they want you to work in the sewage treatment plant? Will you be humble enough to do it? And I remember thinking to myself at the time, whoa, these guys actually think they're going to tell me what to do in the new system too. I'm going to have to listen to these morons then. I mean, I'm not going to, I've gone through a lifetime of this bullshit. I've gone through nearly the end of history. I now have this personal relationship with Jehovah, but apparently I'm still going to get told, go down and work at the shit factory because the elders said so. I remember thinking that at the time and thinking, no, this is not good. This cannot be possibly true. But I sort of put it down to the madness of one individual. But that is the Jehovah's Witness way. We were crazy. If you're still in, you're crazy, guys. Sorry. I can't think of much more about Armageddon other than we were going to teach people we were going to clean up the earth, but not really, because, you know, there's some stuff you just can't clean. I mean, it's just not possible, you know, unless you've got 500,000 years for half-life to come down. The other thing, of course, is we only had 1,000 years to do this, because after 1,000 years, God, being the kind guy that he is going to let the devil out again, according to Jehovah's Witnesses, and he's going to have another go-round to try to get people out. So basically, you're going to have gone to all the trouble to make the world nice and, you know, teach people Jehovah's ways, and then the devil's going to have another crack at them, and so you're going to go off through it again. But this will be for a shorter time, we're told. Maybe, you know, well, let me see. The Jehovah's Witnesses have said the end of the world's coming now since the day and hour they started. And a shorter time, let's say, another 5,000 years. Who knows? Because it doesn't say so in the Bible. And the Jehovah's Witnesses are crazy. Okay? So that is my story of after Armageddon. That's what's going to happen. A little bit like Grand Theft Auto on the Xbox. I would have liked that. I would have liked a Ferrari at high speeds. I always did wonder how I was going to survive the crashes, though, because I did have quite a few crashes as a young man. And I envisioned, you know, heavenly angels taking me to my rest and saving me, you know, as I plummeted over a cliff head first. But the Jehovah's Witnesses never really mentioned that much either. I know in the past they had brilliant beliefs like, come the new system, women, you know, you're kind of lesser than men, you're lesser than, you're going to grow penises and black people would slowly turn white. That was kind of awesome stuff. But, you know, they're very vague on what's going to happen too, because they haven't a fucking clue. You know, they don't know. And the answer is, of course, what's going to happen, guys. Okay. And seriously, if you're living your life for the fantasy of the new system, you're missing so much out. I'm not saying that you shouldn't believe something nice will happen in the future. It's entirely up to you. It's entirely your opinion. But ultimately, you know, while you're dedicating your life and wasting your time in Jehovah's Witnesses doing that, you know, your kids are losing their chances in education. So are you. You're getting way behind everyone else for your preparations for your own old age, which is coming, by the way, guys. You're all going to get old, you're all going to get sick, and you're all going to die eventually, right? New system's not saving you from that either. So, bit of a depressing end to my experience of after Armageddon. I would have liked to have lived forever. I quite like the idea of living on a paradise earth. I like that a bit more than the idea of constantly singing praises to God in heaven, wearing white robes. That seems a little bit dull to me. But, you know, not my choice, apparently. So, at the moment, I'll just settle to going and cleaning up after my son. That's my job today, okay? So, thanks very much for this video. Thank you, Deborah. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you contribute to below and tell me where I missed out, which is probably loads of stuff. And you're a lady, so you probably had totally different opinions. Maybe you were thinking, yeah, you know, now we get the sisterhood up and running. I don't know. So tell me what you think, and I'd love to hear. Have a good day, guys. Thank you very much. Bye.